Grammar. Lesson 1. The passive voice, in present and past. A fast learner's grammar course. Today, we are trying to understand the passive voice in English, present and past. Lesson objectives. Understanding how to form and use the passive voice. Briefly explain that the passive voice shifts focus from the subject performing the action to the action itself or the object receiving the action. Use passive voice forms in both present and past tenses. Definition of passive voice. Active versus passive. The active voice emphasizes the person doing the action, subject, while the passive voice highlights the action or the object affected. Example. Active. The chef cooked the meal. Passive. The meal was cooked by the chef. Passive voice is often used to make sentences more objective or formal. Focus on the outcome rather than the door. Emphasize the receiver of the action, especially if the actor is unknown, unimportant, or implied. Passive in real-life contexts. News headlines. Passive is often used to make headlines more concise or objective, like "New policy was introduced," instead of "The government introduced a new policy." Formal and scientific writing. Passive voice keeps the focus on research or results rather than who performed the study, as in, "The experiment was conducted," rather than, "The researchers conducted the experiment." Forming the passive, present simple. Structure overview. Passive voice in the present simple tense follows this formula. Am, or is, or are, plus past participle of the main verb. Past participle is generally the base verb with ed for regular verbs, like cleaned for clean, or the third form for irregular verbs, like read for read. Examples. The cake is baked daily. The homework is completed by the students. Breakdown of structure. Subject, receiver of the action, plus am, or is, or are, plus past participle of the main verb. Usage. The present simple passive is used to describe regular actions, routines, or facts that remain true. Forming the passive, past simple. Structure, overview. The formula for past simple passive is was or were, plus the past participle of the main verb. Use was for singular nouns or pronouns, and were for plural nouns or pronouns. Examples. The story was told to everyone. The pictures were taken by a famous photographer. Breakdown of structure. Subject, receiver of the action, plus was or were, plus the past participle of the main verb. Usage. Past simple passive refers to completed actions in the past with a clear recipient or outcome of the action. Present versus past, in the passive voice. Present passive, example. The homework is graded by the teacher. This sentence highlights a current or ongoing action or a habitual routine. Past passive, example. The homework was graded last night. Refers to a specific action completed at a specific point in the past. You have to remember that the auxiliary verbs is or are versus was or were indicate time, while the past participle shows the action. Let's study some common passive verbs and expressions. First of all, we have verbs that are passive-friendly. Certain verbs are commonly used in passive constructions, especially in formal or written contexts, including make, discover, design, create, and construct. Let's have some examples. A new species was discovered. The machine is operated with care. Finally, we have some common passive expressions. Impersonal constructions, useful in formal language, such as it is said that, or it is believed, for expressing general opinions. It was discovered that, or it was reported, used in scientific contexts. Great job today! Remember, in the passive voice, the focus is on the action itself, rather than who performs it. We use be plus the past participle and keep an eye on the tense to get it just right. Practice with real-life examples, and soon, you'll be spotting and using passive sentences naturally. Thanks for learning with us. See you next time.